It's the 12th of the 12th of the 12th, and
it's the Wednesday, the Wednesday, the Wednesday, the Wednesday, the Wednesday drawing show.
It's the Wednesday drawing show on the Shoo Rayner drawing channel. And what have we got for you today? I'm going to talk about tracing. There's What's in the Mail and the Wall of Fame. A great book review. Yes, it's Manga. And why everyone should keep a sketchbook, and a reminder about the meetup tomorrow.
What's in the mail? What's in the mail? What's in the mail?
I've been doing some tidying up and I found some old drawings that people have sent in to me. And this was from Natalie. And these are some Easter egg drawings. Didn't get here in time for the Easter egg competition. I'm going to stick these up on the Wall of Fame anyway. From Arman Vig and Shivram Vig, who are from Corona, California. I have a feeling this shelf is going to have to go soon to make room for all the great drawings that you're sending in. There's another beautiful Japanese-inspired one from Paul Wright. And here's an Olympic Easter egg from Harry Steadman. Hi, Harry. I know you're in Lowestoft. Also from earlier this year, this beautiful drawing, which was the winner of another competition I did. I'm not doing competitions at the moment because they're really too much work to do. This is from Nanette, who's a miraculous mosquito in New Zealand. She said, there's no business like Shoo's business. Fabulous. So I'm going to stick this up on the wall too. Yes, and this week we have mail. This is from Mary Nielsen from Spokane, Washington. I think WA is Washington, isn't it? Today I was watching a snowman tutorial, following along, and I made this snowman. I thought I'd send him to you. I love watching your tutorials. Really appreciate all your advice videos too. Surprisingly, I've really enjoyed your British culture videos on my Shoo Rayner Life channel. I kind of do little talks about Britain and stuff like that. And I hope you do more. In the spirit of sharing culture, I added a few pictures of Spokane. I also included a few pictures of my pets, Lucy the parrot. Lucy is an African grey, and we had an African grey when I was young, and he was called Fancy Pants, and I think Mary, you'll know why. African greys have a red tail and kind of very fancy pants. I could put your Christmas card just up there like that. Fabulous, thank you. Now, this is from Second Violin, and I'm not quite sure where they are from, somewhere in Europe. And this is my screensaver. Looks like charcoal, I'm not sure. The road disappearing into the distance. Thank you, Second Violin. I'm putting that up on the Wall of Fame. Starting to look a bit busy. Literally just a few moments ago, the postman came and said these are unopened. From Linda and Steve Norston from Southport, Lancashire. What's inside? Oh, fabulous. This is a stocking inspired by my Shooby Doodling channel, which you may have seen. Saying, thank you for 14 months of tuition. I have the printed gift you did for us on my wall next to me, encouraging practice, practice, practice. That's what I did on my 20,000 subscriber video, and I'm very nearly up to 30 now. Click down there somewhere and you will find the subscribe button. Subscribe and you will always be told when there's a new show coming along. I shall try to draw every day, just sometimes life can get in the way. I know how you feel. Merry Christmas to Shoo and family, and a Merry Christmas to you too, Linda. Thank you very much. And this has just arrived 5 minutes ago from North Miami Beach, Florida. Oh, I can't tell you how cold it is in England today. Go and have a look at the Shoo Rayner Life channel. Videos of spider webs all covered in frost I'm going to show on there. Having an envelope come from sunny Florida makes me feel warm. And what have we got in here? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. And pencils. Hi Shoo. Hi Shoo. Thanks a lot for giving me the chance to be in your famous Hall of Fame. It's an honour for me to be there, and let me tell you that many of the kids who watch my drawing videos also watch yours, so we share lots of kids who watch our videos, and that is a great thing. Please accept my humble gifts with a wish for you to continue making so many amusing videos. Thanks a lot. Nelson Harrison Channel. Here we go. It's the Nelson Harrison Channel, and he's sent me speedball and ink. Now, in England, it is called a crow quill. Yes, yeah. I was going to say we call this a crow quill in England. Fabulous, because I know my crow quills are all broken. And some gorgeous Reeve sketching pencils. Thank you very much, Nelson. And I know your channel. I'm going to put a link right here to go and see Nelson's channel. Finally, while I was tidying up, I found this one from Kirsty Gordon, also known as KG Raps, all the way from Dubai. I know this got to the bottom of my in tray, and I've just discovered it. I'm very sorry, Kirsty. And I'm putting this up on my Wall of Fame.
I love getting stuff in the mail.
People often ask me if I could draw manga. I always tell them to go and watch Mark Crilly because he is the master of manga on YouTube. At school, there's a new boy who wants to write scripts for manga, and he bullies Moritaka into being his manga artist. Well, the first thing you have to get used to in Bakuman is that you read it from back to front, and that's because it's Japanese. And very helpfully, they put these little read this way signs in every now and then. This is Moritaka, who's the hero of the story. This is Akito, who is not his friend at the beginning, but he kind of becomes his friend. And Akito has a burning ambition to become to write manga. And Akito, he's not sure that he wants to be a manga artist, but Akito knows that he's really good. And they kind of fight each other and push each other along. And it's a whole series, Bakuman, sort of following the careers of these two boys. I love looking at manga, and I look carefully at the drawings and I learn little things. I've no great passion to become a manga artist or to draw manga, because manga is very, very Japanese, and there are strange things going on. They are a kind of a Japanese shorthand for a particular kind of emotion. Let me find something else. This is Moritaka again, and he's kind of in his bed, and this is quite realistic. And I wouldn't be surprised if this hasn't been actually posed as a photograph and almost copied. And you're just kind of used to him being almost real, and then suddenly you get this weird mouth. And to me, I come across that, and I think, what is that doing? It looks like something's been stamped on the top. But this is kind of like a Japanese language in manga. And these various mouths, they don't just mean lost. It's a whole emotion that's being expressed in that shape of the mouth, which if you've been brought up with it, you kind of know what it means. And it means something within the culture. And then this is the girl of his dreams. And she has these huge, great, limpid, well, she's like a doll, really. And this, again, is it's a very Japanese kind of thing. And it kind of mixes styles within the whole story. I love this. There's here Moritaka and Iki go, what? But it's so melodramatic. And this drawing here is, I don't know what he's become, but this kind of shape of the mouth, again, it's a kind of a mouth that you will see again and again in manga, and it's like almost like a letter of an alphabet. It's kind of, the Japanese language is full of symbols, and this is almost like a symbol in the language. And that's one of the things I find fascinating about manga. And here, this hasn't been drawn. This is kind of mechanical. It's almost like a photo. So manga really kind of mixes up stuff, and that's one of the things I find interesting about it. This is just book number 1. The story follows how these two, their careers grow, they go on to art college and go on beyond. So I know you're going to enjoy this. If you've never read a manga book before, this is quite a good one to start with. And this is only the first book in the series. I'm sure you're going to want this in your Christmas stocking, so I'm going to put links in the box below. Happy reading! I have got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of sketchbooks, and these are just a few. This was my very first sketchbook, which I started when I was about 13. Most of it is really bad poetry about girls that I was kind of in love with at the time. 13-year-old biro drawing. I had one of those biros with all the different colours in it. And there are kind of little designs from microphone holders and mixing desks and guitars. A sketchbook doesn't have to be just a sketchbook. It's a book that you fill up with creative ideas. It's kind of like a rechargeable battery. You fill it full of stuff and you charge and charge and charge as you're drawing new things into it and writing new ideas and all these creative ideas. Put them down there. It doesn't matter if they're drawings or words, and it fills up and charges up. And then when you're feeling, you go back to your sketchbook and you'll find all sorts of really interesting things in there, and you'll make connections, and you go, and suddenly you'll get new ideas for things that you can do. Now, I would like to introduce you to 3 guys called the RH Experience, who I met last year at the YouTube Creator Camp, and they are an improvisational comedy team, and they are so difficult to live with because they're constantly telling jokes to each other.
I was wondering if you could tell our audience what that very special thing is about you guys.
We can travel in time.
Travel in time. Excellent.
But they use their sketchbooks to kind of work out their ideas. Here, come and meet Tom.
I'm drawing various hideous people with a biro. It's more interesting to draw rather than excessively beautiful things. It's an engaging process and I enjoy going into lots of detail with a biro. I think as a drawing tool the biro is quite underrated. I just think you can get into various tones and really, really dark, especially if it's a black biro, and it's really fine and it's really nice to use, especially when it's on the side like that. And you can get into lots of detail and it's just fun.
Because it's a kind of cross hatching, but it's kind of squiggle hatching.
I like squiggle hatching and cross hatching. But then it's good for line drawings as well, where you want to go into like a tiny bit of detail.
Have you ever tried drawing on a nice piece of paper?
Nice paper is expensive, but actually this tourist notepad was quite expensive, so I can't really talk. There's lots of
notes.
And
these are all your notes.
The last one is my Italian chef, Antonio.
There's an amazing amount of tonality in there, and that's all done with a biro.
Yeah.
There are some very fine lines, and those are done on the edge of the pen.
Yeah. The more you use the biro, the more curved it gets, and the more ink comes out. So you get lovely lines, and it's a nice tone.
Well, thank you very much for sharing.
That's fine.
And this is Connor. What have you got here, Connor?
I've got a notebook with some drawings in it, Shoo.
Cool. Are you going to show me your notebook?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
So would you say you're an artist? Is that your job?
I don't know if it's my job anymore, but I'm certainly still enjoy doing it.
Because you're really kind of dealing in words mostly, aren't you?
Mostly.
Yeah.
But I think there is a lot of words.
There are words
end up in stuff. So I think
I love this. So this is kind of doodling, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, once you've drawn him, and you start doing this, it becomes doodling. And kind of at what moments do you do this?
Mainly on the bus and things.
On the bus.
On the bus and the train. Travelling.
But do you think maybe you're doing this to get to your right brain, which is kind of what you need for the creativity?
Perhaps.
To just kind of relax and let it happen, kind of thing.
Seeing as that's kind of how I kind of pick it up and start drawing in the repetition and patterns and stuff. So yeah, it's quite possibly I hadn't really thought of it that way.
Do you kind of find you start and lose yourself in it?
Yes, definitely.
And have you ever found that you kind of started drawing something and you lost yourself in it, and then you kind of almost wake up and have you ever found there's an idea suddenly popped, or maybe the idea wakes you up? Good. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. The third member of the RH Experience is Luke.
My name is Luke and I'm from the RH Experience.
Great. Thanks for being on the Shoo Rayner drawing channel, and we've seen your other team members' sketchbooks. Would you like to share yours with us?
Unfortunately, I can't draw.
What? Why? Everyone can draw! Come on, Luke! Just make marks on the paper, sunshine!
Luke, everyone can draw, and get yourself a sketchbook and put all your ideas down in it. And maybe I'll see you tomorrow, Luke, at the British Museum. Tomorrow at the British Museum? What's that all about? Well, tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the British Museum in London, I'm having a meet-up. I have no idea who's going to turn up. I think some people are going to turn up. Those wonderful people at Rotring have sent me 40 Rotring Tikky Graphic pens, which is the ones I use all the time in my drawing videos. So you'll get a free one of those if you come. And the first 3 people to come up and find me at the Big Lion in the Great Court at 2 p.m. and say, I love the Shoo Rayner drawing channel, will get an exclusive Shoo Rayner sketchbook. I'm going to be videoing the meetup, and I'll do the first kind of rough video blog on my Shoo Rayner live channel, probably on tomorrow night, on Thursday. I'm getting really excited now, and I'm looking forward to meeting everybody who turns up. Whoa, that was a long one. And if you're in the mood to be crafty, why not go and learn how to make one of my Christmas pudding Christmas lanterns, or just try the mystery drawing. Either way, make sure you're subscribed so you can keep coming back to the Shoo Rayner drawing channel and the Wednesday drawing show. In the meantime, keep drawing. Practice. And I'll see you next time. You take care now. Bye-bye.